Hey guys, today's Sunday, February the 25th of 2024, and I wanted to include some things that I forgot to put on my weekly forecast on the video I put out yesterday on natural gas. So without any further delay, let's get into it. I was looking at the Commitments of Traders report yesterday and noticed that commercial are still hedging, and you know what they did? They took out the high in regards to position of the November 20th high of 96,557. They are right now at 115 and change. And they're, I guess, maybe assuming that natural gas is going to continue going lower. So they are hedging, they're buying. These guys right here, this is the blue line, these are large speculators, and they're betting that nat gas is going to go lower. So they're shorting or unloading, but definitely believe that nat gas is going lower, and these guys are hedging, so they're buying, thinking that nat gas is going to be going lower. Now, they took out the November 20th position, both of them. What's the next level you want to watch will be this February 27th low or high, depending on who you're looking at. For commercial, that would be 150 and change. And for large speculators, it would be minus 180. And right now, this is where they're at. Minus 153 and 115. Next thing I wanted to show you is my mind map. Here she goes, the Black Widow of natural gas. She's the NG. She doesn't play. And I did this a while back and put some of my cycles like in January, just to kind of see what's working, what's the indicators are showing in regards to spectrum cycle analysis. And so far, this cycle of 142, the phase is up. It peaks around October on 2024. So that's out in the future, and that's using 23 years. This is a 10-year cycle on the weekly, both of these. And this one bottoms out, hits a trough around January the 29th. And we know that we've been continuing to push lower as of recently. February the 20th is our latest low. So this one hasn't been playing out, but it's kind of early to tell. But we'll see. But we definitely know that this one, prices hasn't been, making higher highs and higher lows since this low here. And now we look at our daily, and I use a 5-year, and there's two cycles here, the 256 and the 76. So this is the 256, and this one hits a trough around February 16. What's interesting about this one is that if you look at the data and the chart, we made a low on the 20th. Friday was the 16th. And then Monday was a holiday. So it's interesting that this was pretty close. Is this the bottom? We don't know yet. We need to make higher highs and higher lows. We'll kind of grind sideways to higher, but early to tell. But interesting that the cycle, the 256 was indicating, there could be a possible turning point around here. So let's see how that's going to play out. And then another one I was watching, which is a dominant cycle, is 76. And this one hits a peak here, but we know that somewhere around January the 9th and 12th, it just started tanking. So this one didn't peak out. Natural gas just, stalled very early compared to getting to this peak high of the 28th. So the dominant cycle didn't really play out there. And then I made a composite of both. And you can see I was looking at the 23rd, but somewhere around the 12th, we started tanking. So that didn't work out. And then I was eyeballing the low of the composite, of which is the two cycles, the 256 and the 76 together. And this is what a composite is. And I was looking at March the 4th, which is like the first week. So this could probably be in play, but we'll see. Nothing written in stone. I'm just kind of showing you what I had in January. And then this is the Elliott wave. So far, this is what we had. I think this is still wave 3 on the monthly. Things have changed on the weekly and also on the daily. These are the sentiments. So now we're going to go to the updated mind map, and we're going to open it up. And I did some house cleaning here. I fixed some things, made it more simple. So I'm focusing on 2 weekly cycles, the 23-year, which is the max, and a 10-year, and then 5-year. So I'm looking at on what cycles could possibly have an edge. And I found the 228 cycle phases a bottom arrival, and the trough hits around April 16th. So this is what that looks like. And we're kind of in that ballpark. So it could probably happen early. It could probably happen around the 16. It rarely happens, but once in a while you get something, that hits. And sometimes it does it later. So you're in that bell curve right here where it's getting nice and juicy for a possible turning point. Not saying that it's going to happen or guaranteed and, trade everything you got and hope for the best. No, we're dealing for probability. So we want to see if this plays out, and what's going to be the evidence of us knowing that this is working is that we making higher highs and higher lows. Something has changed here, but we don't know that yet, but we're just kind of eyeballing it. That's why my channel is called Price in Time. We're trying to figure out in time in the future, where could there be a possibly turning point? And this is what I'm teaching you guys and showing you, that there's a way. That's what Gann did. And, and he did other stuff, not this. This is just more basic stuff. This stuff was more complicated. So that's the 23-year. This is the 10-year, and I'm using the 210 cycle. And you can see that it's red because we're still in a bottom phase. We haven't hit the trough, which is April 16th. And now this one hits a trough on February the 15th. So this one bottomed out already right here. And this is where we got this push lower that we just had recently to February the 20th. So now this cycle is up, meaning that's why you got the color green. So these are more fractal. And I'm using the positive cycles because there's some that are negative. But I'm kind of leaning, maybe they could be a turning point here. So let's just focus on the positive ones. Now let's go into the 5-year. And within the 5-year, on the daily cycle or daily chart, there's a 256. Maybe it's a 257. This should be the same thing. 256, 257, very close. Downtrend. Approaching bottom March 1st. So this is the first one I'll show you. And you can see that March 1st, using that cycle, it hits a bottom, and this is where we're at, somewhere around here. So let's see how this is all going to play. This is a very nice little area for maybe a possible reversal. And the daily is indicating and showing that with the 256 cycle. Now, I did a composite. Actually, no, this is old. I think I haven't updated this one. So this is an old cycle, so we could just ignore this one because I haven't really updated. This is an old one, but I'm just focusing on that one. So maybe I could just delete this one for now. And that's what I'm focusing on the daily. So let's look at the Elliott wave real quick. You can see that our monthly Elliott wave count is on wave 3. On the weekly, we're on a wave 5 as of today. Currently on a wave 5. Targets for a wave 5, 150. With the MOB indicator, keep an eye on for, actually this should be 226. Let me fix that real quick, because this is what's coming up right now that I've been waiting for. So that's the 226, the MOB, to keep on watch. And on the daily, we are on a wave 5 too, currently on a wave 5. So we're at the bottom of the barrel. So we have to wait to see if wave 5 right here on the daily, wave 5 here on the weekly, we got to see now if this is going to start turning and going up. So that's what we're waiting for right now. That's what the Elliott wave chart is indicating here. In regards to sentiment, The monthly is at 37.55, which is going down. Last time I updated, this was at 38. The weekly is up in regards to sentiment. Last time was 986, and now it's at 1021. But the daily obviously makes sense. We were last time at 2954, and now we're in 1933. So looking at some dates using Gann theory. These are the dates. 194 trading day was January the 22nd. That was somewhere around January 22nd, somewhere here. That was trading day, not calendar day. Calendar day was somewhere around here, which was, I believe, the 26th or 27th. That was the calendar days of 194 days. But, you could take it, maybe I could be off by a couple of days there, but it was in that ballpark. And my F model saying keep an eye out for maybe a possible low, February 26, 27, question mark. Another model that I'm running, March 9th or 10th, around there, question mark, possible lows. We don't know, but I'm just doing some techniques here. And my SO model, February 18, something with the sun and the low. So those are the dates I'm watching. Right now, I used to have here the April 14 low of 194, but we took that out. So now we're working on a high, which is October 27th, 2023, high of 364, or maybe it could be 363. I'm not going to, get too crazy about the cents, but it's somewhere in that ballpark. The trend is sideways because we made a low on April 14th, and we just grinding sideways higher to October the 27th, and then got that nice spike down to December the 13th. Went up to like January the 9th, 12th of 2024, and then spiked down to like right now where we at, which is somewhere around February the 20th. So this is what just happened in an illustration, so you can kind of get an idea in regards to price action. Here is the commitments of traders report. These are the levels that I'm watching now, February the 27th, and large speculators right here. This is where they're at. So they're accumulating, hedging, and large speculators are shorting. On the first quarter, you can see January is down, February is down, seasonality is down, and then March is kind of mixed, but I have to maybe update this one. Seasonality is kind of down 50, but if you use a 5-year seasonality, it's very weak. But average return on March, it's a little positive. So it's like maybe we could do a low on February and maybe start trending high. But I have to look at the numbers and maybe make sure this is up to date. But this is, I think, the last time I had that. And lastly, this is a technique I have been, I'm not going to say I've discovered it, but I've been tinkering around with it. And I find it, fascinating. As Jim would say, there's an anomaly about this technique. And it's related to Gann, but I kind of was thinking outside the box and kind of put my own, spin on it. And so far, I see some interesting things happening, some phenomena, whatever you want to call it, anomalies. Can't explain why it works and why it happens and why things, do it, the way things work in this. But right now, we made a low somewhere around the 19th, 20, somewhere around here. This was an interesting level to watch in regards to date. And there was a possible turning point. Is it early? We don't know. But I have my eyes on here. And then we have the 24th, which just passed, which is Saturday. Monday, today's the 26th. And then we're going to enter into, the next dimension, as I call it. So we're going to type in 227, 24. And date you want to watch into the future will be March the 1st. I don't know what March the 1st will be. If it's a weekend, just remember, let's say this is a Saturday, look for Sunday. Actually, we could probably find out what's March the 1st. Oh, it's a Friday. So yeah, March the 1st is a Friday. that's a date I'll be interested. And then the next one will probably be the 11th. So those are two dates that I have on my radar. It depends. You look at it as March the 1st and the 4th, actually, because there's a strong vibration happening here. So you want to keep an eye on that. You can look at it two ways. You can look at it on the actual date, or you can look at it of the vibration of what's happening in that level. So March the 1st and March the 4th, I will keep an eye on. And then, obviously the 8th, the 10th, the actual date 11th, and then the 13th. So keep an eye on those days coming up. But whatever happens, we don't know. It's just things get a little interesting in those dates. So I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to make this video too long. I'm going to sign out. But if you want to learn about this, I think I made a video. You can look it up on my YouTube channel. It's called The Square of Nine, Third Dimension. I think I did 2 videos of it, and then I just left it like that for people that want to research it and dig deeper. But I'm going to sign out. Hopefully you like this video, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on natural gas.